What is shaking out there, beautiful YouTube people? It is your boy D-Bellboy, the Black Ranger here, continuing the series with another Genesis hero vid. So, last time we had a look-see at the mage Popolok and his kit, and honestly, I totally didn't quite know what to make of it. I mean, it like, now looking back at it, it's sort of kind of a symbiote based kit where you can attach to fellow teammates and deal constant damage, as well as activating your own skills, and then his ulti, which can be charged up as and once it charges up, it can actually silence and damage enemies. So it's gonna take, it literally is gonna require me to do some testing. I'll do a little bit more play just to kind of see what exactly it does. But for the most part, like I said, it's a symbiote based kit. You want to kind of hook on to your fellow teammates to help them out and like give them a little extra deeps and maybe just help them secure the kill. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go with for what his kit does. Alright, so by now you guys should know this part like the back of your hand. But instead of just the hand, I'm going to need you to ball it up and point the thumb in an upward position. Then find the icon on the video that looks like it and click it. Or not, if that's not your thing. It's all good. I will still love each and every one of you, even if you don't do it. However, if you are catching a vibe for what I'm doing here on the channel, then click the big red subscribe button and then hit the bell next to it so you can get notified when I put up new content on the channel. Alright, so now for today's hero, we're gonna take a trip down to the beach. We're gonna hop in our $1 million yacht, and then we're gonna sail on across the ocean, because that's where we're gonna find this next one. Everyone, I present to you Poseidon. Alright, so we are back with Lord Poseidon here. He is classified as a mage and a tank. So you all know this drill. Let's go ahead and take a look at this lore and this backstory. Ruler of all the ocean planets of the Olympus sector, Poseidon commands the oceans and its powers. His master over the seas even changed his body. He has become one with the ocean. As for his background here, ruler of the ocean planet of the Olympus sector, Poseidon is a powerful god, only second to Zeus. His body and trident can control water and extract energy from it. No one understands the power of water like he does. Poseidon has challenged Zeus for dominance many times but lost. Now he perfects his powers in the secret underwater city of Atlantis. After many experiments, he can now merge his body with the very power he commands. Soon the chance to replace Zeus presents itself. Only one can be the highest god. Poseidon has got to seize his chance in the new universe. Oh goodness, even in MOBAs, the gods are still warring amongst themselves. But who cares? That doesn't matter. Ever. That never matters in this series. We know what matters in this series. Them skills. That's what matters. You heard it here first. Skills matter. Nothing else does. So, let's get into it. Poseidon's first skill, Wave Transformation. Poseidon transforms into a wave and charges forward, damaging all enemy units in his path. Poseidon is invulnerable in this state. The energy cost for that is 100, and the cooldown respectively 9 seconds, 8, 7, and 6. His second ability is called Tidal Blast. Poseidon calls upon the power of the sea, striking his target with the force of a tidal wave, deals damage and stuns the target. The closer the target is, the longer it's stunned. Target can be stunned for 1.5 seconds max. The energy cost for that respectively is 50, 60, 70, and 80 with a static cooldown of 7 seconds. Poseidon's third skill is a passive skill. It is called Sea of Life. Poseidon is nourished by the sea, continuously regenerating health and energy. Regeneration doubles when Poseidon's health or energy drop below a certain point. And then lastly, skill 4, his ulti is called From the Deep. Poseidon calls forth a tsunami around himself, slowing nearby enemy units. After a short period, he releases a powerful column that launches enemies into the air. And the energy cost for that respectively is 150, 200, and 250 with a static cooldown of 40 seconds. So I can see where we get the mage. I can see where we get the mage from, and I can see where the actual tank, the tankiness comes in on him as well too. Because wave transformation, obviously, he's invulnerable. It is a dash move, so it is a get in, get out. He can't be taken out of it. He can't be CC'd in it. So really strong move there. His tidal blast essentially deals damage, stun to targets. He can basic attack them. It's on a 7-second cooldown. So literally, what you cast it, they're stunned for a maximum of 1.5 second while you're beating on them with your basic attack. So literally, so literally, it's technically like a 5.5 second cooldown. If you take like the stun for it into effect, if you're closer, if you're like point blank range on it, and it has some, from what I'm gathering, it has some nice range on it too as well. So really decent on that. Then Sea of Life, again, it allows for extra. It allows for extra survivability. Honestly, you could probably more than likely you could probably play him mid lane, or you could take him top lane if you wanted to as well. Because you get to once his health gets below a certain threshold, the regeneration doubles, so you can go ahead and get back to a safe level. And then once it gets back to that safe level, it's still just going to passively regen, just like the sea, the sea itself. You know, the waves and everything on the ocean. It's a constant pull of the moon and the sun. The waves going crashing on the crashing to the beach. That's the reason why. For those of you who don't know, it's because of the way the sun and the moon are and where the earth is. So yeah, a little science there for you. But essentially, Sea of Life is working like that. It's nice, the nice churn of the ocean. And then lastly, his ultimate ability, he literally gets a giant wall of water around him to slow enemies, and then after a while it knocks him up into the air. So nice little slow down. Dash in, nice little dash in, deal some damage, beat up on them. If they think about running away, you can pop your ulti, slow them down, beat them up some more, then knocks them into the air. By that time, your tidal blast will be back off of cooldown. Throw the tidal blast at them, stun depending on how close they are. Stun them for a maximum of 1.5 seconds. Beat them down some more, and literally it just the tidal blast and the wave transformation just repeat themselves back and forth, throwing your dashing into them, throwing out the tidal blast to stun, beating them once from the deep comes off, getting that to slow them down to keep them from escaping, or knocking them into the air, and then just destroying them, or defensively as well to activate from the deep because they're chasing you. It slows them down while you're running away, knocks them up into the air. The moment it knocks them into the air, activate your wave transformation, dash out, and you're invulnerable to get away. And then obviously Sea of Life, like I said, it's just your survivability. So really overall, really nice kit. Really keeps him alive. Build wise, let's go ahead and see what they got for him build wise. Alright, so standard recommended loadout. First item, Seal of Hades. It costs 4,625 gold, gives plus 475 health, gives plus 425 energy, gives plus 6 health regen and plus 1 energy regen with a passive Rejuvenation. Every time an ability is used by the wearer, grants an additional health regen equivalent to 0.5% of max health per second for 6 seconds, and it can be stacked up to 5 times. The second item is Artemis Boots. It costs 2,750 gold and gives plus 80 movement speed, plus 60 energy damage. The passive is Energize, increase energy pen by 20. The third item, Medusa Shield, costs 3,800 gold, gives plus 25 attack damage, gives plus 50 armor, and the active Energy Flux grants the wearer immunity to all energy effects for 5 seconds. Fourth item here, Scepter of Zeus, costs 4,700 gold, gives plus 60 energy damage, plus 250 health, plus 400 energy, plus 7% movement speed. With the passive Divine Wrath, every 4.5 seconds, Divine Wrath strikes a random enemy at 650 radius around the wearer. Divine Wrath deals 30 plus whatever your energy damage is times 0.3 energy damage and reduces enemy energy resistance by 15 for 2 seconds, and it can be stacked up to 3 times. And each time the wearer travels a distance of 240, the cooldown of Divine Wrath is reduced by 1 with a minimum of 2 seconds as its shortest cooldown. The fifth item you'll take is Helm of Hades. It costs 5,500 gold, gives plus 60 energy damage, plus 20% cooldown reduction. With the passive Curse, abilities deal additional energy damage equivalent to 7% of the target's current health, has a cooldown of 2.5 seconds when multiple abilities are used against a single target, and the additional damage is capped at 350. And finally, you will take the Eclipse on him. It costs 5,500 gold, gives plus 110 attack, and its passive is Take Aim. Basic attacks gain 75% true strike. So again, like I said, we already all of this just pretty much further synergizes with his kit. The rejuvenation actively allows him to heal while he's in battle, to keep his health up, because again, he is tanky, that fused in with the sea of life obviously is gonna, like I said, is gonna allow him for a lot of sustain. Obviously, Artemis boost to get that extra energy pin. Medusa shield, self-explanatory. You are a tank, so you want immunity to CC and especially the energy effects. Scepter of Zeus, in and of itself, again, self-explanatory. Get that extra damage and that extra random damage on somebody, and then on top of that, you have with your dash. Again, I'm not sure if it takes the abilities for the 240 into account, but still, if it does, hey, you dash into an enemy with his you dash into an enemy with not Tidal Blast, so the wave transformation. Dash into some with the wave transformation, proc scepter of Zeus. Then you just throw out all your other skills. Like I said, Seal of Hades is healing you while you're throwing that out. The Helm of Hades is actually dealing additional damage to them as you activate your skills. That 7% of their current health, and then as you basic attack them, which is what you have the Eclipse for, your attacks are gaining 75% true strike. So literally 75% of your damage is straight up just ignoring armor. So yes, quite literally, you are tanking and spanking with Poseidon. So now we're going to move on to his skill order. And obviously, at level, the first thing you want to take is that wave transformation. Again, that's your dash in, that's your dash out, that's your main skill. That's pretty much it's an initiator essentially. So again, you're going to take that as your first skill, and then you're going to want to level that up first, respectively, for level 1 at levels 4, 5, and 7. Taking those to get that up as quick as possible, so that way you can get that extra damage out of it. Then the Tidal Blast that you send out the wave to, take it at level 2. It's kind of there as a supplement for your extra damage, because again, you're just going to be mainly you're going to be basic attacking this early in the game. So yeah, you're not going to want to worry about that until mid game there at level 8, 9, and 10, where you take the rest of it. Sea of Life, self-explanatory. Take that at 3. It's going to pretty much allow you to survive until late game, and where you see levels 12, 13, and 14, you're going to want to go ahead and bump that up so you can get that late game survivability. So like if team fight happens, get out of the team fight, you've got that extra health from the Sea of Life, and that extra energy regen to kind of bump you back up. So like if an assassin is chasing you down, you've got that double regen to get you back to a safe level, or you just got the regular regen to kind of get you back over the top to re-engage in a fight if somebody's chasing you down. And then lastly, the ultimate, like always, you want to take those respectively at levels 6, level 11, and level 16. So yeah, overall, not bad a kit for him. It's relatively straightforward. It's not a like I said, it's not as easy as Nemo's. Nemo was, like I said, Nemo is probably like the easiest tank in the game to play. As far as Poseidon, like honestly, I would say Poseidon, even though he's a tank mage, I would say he's more of a fighter. If anything, he is a bruiser tank. He will get in, he will fight you, he will survive, and then he will get out. And if he can't kill you, he will get out, readjust, heal himself back up, and then get back in to go ahead and start round 2. So again, really nice overall put together kit for him, and the items that you take on him also for that they give for the suggested is actually really synergistic with everything that he's trying to do there in his kit. So that is going to do it for this video, guys. Again, like always, I'm going to state, if you like the video, give it that thumbs up. This is going to be much appreciated to get this video out and about. But again, like I said, you guys don't have to, because I'm more than happy with just having you guys watch these videos, and we converse in the chat. We can go ahead and talk about whatever it is you guys want to talk about, like as well as, you know, just go ahead and leave me overall just comments about what you think about the hero, you know, which lanes you guys want to play him in, what kind of items do you think you're going to take on them, just anything down there in the comments. It's fun talking to you guys. As well as, if you like what's going on the channel, go ahead and subscribe to, and make sure you hit the bell so that way you can get notified, because this is hero number, oh goodness, what is this, hero number 21. So I got like only six more videos to go, and then we will be done with this series. So yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and stay up to date whenever I upload those these last 6 heroes, that's make sure that bell is hit after you subscribe. But yeah, guys, other than that, I am out of here. And remember, we're always good like grandma's cookies.